Hey everyone, in this Aliens Dark Descent Death Clock update, I want to talk about the update that occurred at the start of August 2023 and whether it addressed the major issue, which was that you couldn't turn the death clock off. It kind of did, but I would love them to go a step further. So developers, if you see this, I would love you to add one option that I'll show you and illustrate why. First of all, though, let's talk about what the update did. It addressed a lot of bugs, all sorts of different bugs, things like getting in lifts and getting stuck, but also being able to skip things like the prologue and have an option on a new game, which I'm going to show you here. If we go to a new slot here. So before you had the presets, all these different ones here, and now under custom, if you go to this one and go to the Death Clock campaign days, you now have an option to disable it. That is great, and just to point out here whether you want to do this or not, just bear in mind if you're a trophy collector and you like collecting trophies, you will get trophies for completing the game on, I think, medium, hard and nightmare. I'm not sure you get one for story. I don't think you're going to get one for custom, so just to point that out, they are trophies for the other ones here. But it is nice to have that disabled thing there. Just in case you're not sure what a death clock is, what basically happens is round about halfway through the game, a death clock starts, and if that death clock finishes, you've got so many days left to complete the game, and if it stops or ends, you blow up. That's it, game over. You cannot continue the game. And this is the problem that I'm now going to illustrate as to why I would love the developers to add another option, and I'm going to show you why. So let's come out of here and talk about a load. So I'm going to go into a load here. And this happened to me, and I nearly got done. I had to, I'll explain what happened. So slight spoiler here, you're going to see a screen here that will show you very slight information about what's going to happen next. I'm not going to talk too much about that though. It will illustrate what the death clock does if it runs out though. So if you want to continue, keep watching, my friends. So we'll go to new day 48. So I need to explain a little bit about what happens when you're on the Otago. After a certain mission, I think it's mission 6, a death clock starts, and there's basically a warning that the planet's going to be bombarded in so many days. And you can see here I'm on day 48, and you can see down the bottom it says 1 day remaining until planet bombardment. So what does that mean? What happens if we go to the end of this area? So I haven't completed the game. You know, you can see on the left-hand side over there, it's always opposite. That's why I look mental when I do these things. I'm actually tilting to the right on the screen here, of course, but I want you to look at the left. Anyway, it says Otago repair is at 80%, so I've not finished, not by any means. I think there's 13 missions inside this, and this is, I think I had 3 left or something like that. So let's see it next day and see what happens. So we'll do this, and it warns you. You have 1 deployment remaining. Are you sure you want to skip? Well, yeah, that's why I said next day. And you don't know why it says that, but check it out. You ready? You failed to prevent the Cerebus protocol from annihilating the planet. That's it, my friends. Game over, man. Game over. So you can then go back to the main menu, or you can load. Now, the massive problem with this is that if you've not, you know, you've spent 30 hours or so in the game getting to this point. So I was at something like mission 10 or 11, I can't remember. And I was like, what? What? I've got all those hours and I cannot override it. So what I would like them to do, and I will point this out, and why they can't do this, I don't know. But let's go load. Let's go this one, and we'll go back to this day 48. And what makes sense to me, and please do this, developers, this is very simple in my opinion. It's probably not from a coding perspective, but all I would like you to do is, if we're in a area here where we've got this, is either on that screen there, say, if you continue, you're going to get, you know, that's end of game because the death clock would expire. Give an option that says, would you like to remove this and forgo, or, you know, you don't get the trophy, so you'll wipe out any chance of winning the trophy, which most people probably don't really care about that. That would be fine. Or the other option, if you can't do that, I don't know, you know, you probably want to do both to be fair, is hit the pause button, and there should be, in my opinion, an option under options, under gameplay, and it should say death clock on or off. You know, have a toggle, and if you turn that on, then what should happen in my opinion, is we should have that thing down the bottom right hand side should just disappear. That should be it. And you can just carry on playing the game. Again, do the little thing saying you ain't going to get the trophy. That's fine. People aren't going to care. They'd much rather that than lose 30 hours of gameplay. So there you go, my friends. No option to turn off the death clock in an existing game, which I think is what a lot of people would really want because they don't want to lose 30 hours of gameplay. But you've got the death clock on the first page. So that's it for the update. Do let me know whether you're finding the game more stable since that update. That would be cool to know as well. So if I go back to the main menu, you can see my build. Let's just go quick without saving. Down the bottom, build 95292, I think is the most recent. So I've recorded this sort of, what is it now? It's the 11th of August. So I think it was this start of August this patch occurred. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.